What's up, flute friends? We're going to be going over Moving Around, which is the second full song you've learned. It looks like this. Okay. We're going to use the buttons, the 4 buttons, to learn what the note name is, how to finger it. And we're going to do if you look here, there are 4 notes, 1, 2, 3, but then this last one is the same one as the first one. So really we just have to learn 3 notes. And because of the way that we approached Going Up song, you already know this first one. So really, we're just going to take a look at these 2. Do you remember what this one's called and how to finger it? Say it to yourself now. It's an E flat, and you finger it by pushing 2, 3, thumb 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, pinky in the right hand. And it sounds like this. Again, that's thumb, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 in the right hand, and the pinky note. Try that on your own real quick. Pause the video if you can't do it. The next note is called a D. And you'll notice that it looks a lot like the E flat. What's different? That thing right there, isn't it? This is no longer black. Look at this one. See how it's the same thing, but this little pinky key is black here? Well, so when we go to play the note D, you're actually going to have it pretty easy. You're just going to go from having these 3 fingers down and this pinky down to lifting up on the pinky. And that's it. The left hand stays the same. Thumb, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Let's hear that note. Take a minute and try to play that note. The last note you have to play in this one is called an F, and it looks like this. This is different than what we've been doing so far in a couple ways. So I'll go through that and show you. If you look, it's 1, 2, 3 in the left hand, 1 in the right hand, and pinky. I'm going to show you my big camera for a second so that you can see what I'm talking about. So we're going to be pushing, and I'll go from your vantage point. Thumb, 1, 2, 3, and then in the right hand, 1, and then pinky. Thumb, 1, 2, 3, 1, pinky. And when you push all those notes down and play your flute tone, it should sound like this. Okay, head back over to Smart Music for a second. Now, you've learned all 3 notes. The problem is going to be you're going to have to remember what these things are called and how they're fingered. The good news is that you came in today knowing this one. So this E flat should be pretty standard. This D should feel really easy now because you're just lifting the pinky to get to the D. The one that you need to really think hard about and practice going between is going from D to F. And then from F to E flat. So getting into this note and then out of this note. Hopefully that makes sense to you. So finger the D with me. Thumb, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 for the D. Finger that. And then think real quick about where F is. Okay. It's thumb, but you have to change from this position, thumb 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, to thumb 1, 2, 3, 1, pinky. That's a lot of changes. A lot of the notes change. What stays the same? Well, thumb stays the same. 2, 3 in the left hand stays the same. Okay? So go between those several times before you try this. D, F. So when you're going from D to F, you have to drop the index finger in the left hand and add, well, actually, you're not actually doing a drop in the right hand. You're actually lifting with these 2 fingers the middle and the ring finger in the right hand. Do that over and over again until it's comfortable. You don't even have to play it. It helps to play eventually, but just go between them. Okay? And let's try those two notes now. I'm going to back up some so you can see it. So the first one was the D. And then we play F. Okay? The last note, going from F to E flat, is another change, and it might blow some of y'all's minds. It might be hard again. But again, just practice the motion. We're on F, and then we're going to lift index, drop 2 and 3 for the E flat. Again, back to F. 1, 2, 3, 1. Lift 1, drop 2 and 3. The good news is that the thumb stays the same the whole time, so you always just keep that thumb button pushed down. Once you guys have gotten through getting into from D to F and from F to E flat, most of your job in this song has become a lot easier. Let's turn down our accompaniment and let's try a full run of this song from right here. Sorry about that. My speakers are on. I don't want you to have to hear the slap back in the recording. Let's try that again. Here we go. Prep. Back to E flat. It's that easy. You can do it if you practice navigating between the fingerings over and over again before you try to play it. Most flute players get pretty frustrated at this point, which is why I told you guys back when we learned our instruments, flute takes a lot of dedication because learning these fingerings at first can be one of the more challenging things. Good news is that once you get used to these three, everything else is going to kind of seem like a cakewalk. C and B flat are not very difficult. You kind of just learn the ropes, okay? So good job to you. Keep trying. Let me know if you need any help, and record this for your assignment for this week on 9.20, I believe. Okay? Have a good day. Bye-bye.